Hello.
Look, alright, you need to go to this website. It's hosted on itch, and eventually we'll get our own, but for now, it should be enough.
It's on the. Sorry, you said it, or you send it to me, or you said you put it on the itch
I
page?
put it on my itch because I don't have access to the itch. I put it in the Heartlamp channel now. I'll delete it from the other channel just for consistency. So go to that website, and then the password is 0 is great, no spaces with a capital Z, I, and G.
Capital I, he says. So
Z, first letter of everything is capital. Z, I, and G.
all right, run game.
And my code is L. N as in Nancy, L as in Larry, J as in Jacob, K as in Karen, R as in Richard, N as in Nancy.
Sorry, repeat that. It was loading. N something.
N L J K R N again.
Blue. Right on.
Might be a little laggier because it's WebGL based, but it should work.
I like that you lerped the stuff coming out of him, or maybe that's just the consequence of.
That's just a network code.
Yeah.
So far so good though. You can grab everything.
Yep, everything looks good. Does it look smooth on your end? Here, try to
Super
grab
smooth
this
on mine.
cheese from me. Try to steal my cheese. Steal the cheese, and that's fine. I think that's fine.
It should be programmed the other way, but I must have made a bug or had a bug.
I think it's totally fine. You're playing it with your friends. If your friends are stealing from you, that's your fucking problem. You have bad friends.
I want you to host now. I'll see the lag. Alright, I'm gonna get just control
Is this
F5.
rotating for you?
Yeah, it was. I broke out though, so it should break for you.
Control
Eventually.
F5, you said?
Yeah. Or Shift F5 rather, I think. I forget which one it is. Control F5 or Shift F5. I mean, you could probably just do F5.
976
really
QPL is my code.
976 QPL. Alright. Move some stuff around.
Hold on, sorry. How's this look? I'm moving back and forth very as fast as I can.
I mean, it definitely blinks a little bit. You can tell, but like,
let me see.
What
does that look like when
finger
you do
itself
it?
blinks.
Does not look
I think it's
that at all.
because it's going between the layers. Is what the.
That's fine. That looks totally fine.
Yeah, and also like this doesn't need to be perfect. This is just a proof of concept to get people interested. It definitely gets lag on the. Also, the blitzes don't happen on the side of things.
Oh yeah. It's because I didn't make it so that he does the blow whenever. Well, actually, the way I'm coding it now, where he'll be tracking the stickers, it'll be even easier to make that work just on client end because I could just make him make the noise whenever it adds a new sticker to the array.
Also, this is kind of already something kind of gross.
Ew. Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait. Hold on, wait. Now it's happy that it's getting all the.
It's gross.
Bleh.
Lots of pencils in this fucking
Bleh.
and skeletons galore.
Yeah, we need to. I need to make it so that. So actually, will it work such that if I just
Bleh.
Is there any reason that the host has to be the one tracking the stickers on my end? Because the only reason it matters, from my non-networked point of view, is like that the
Bleh.
you know how based on how many stickers. I just don't want it to be so messy. I want to be able to limit the number of stickers that you can have in your hand down here. And also,
If we're doing the hand thing, all that you need to know is when a sticker comes onto the field, basically.
yeah, I'm saying
all
like,
this, like
if I
Bleh.
program that to work just client, could I program that to work just client side by just having him and the bloods too, right? Work that way.
well, like when the stickers go into the panel, they need to know what stickers going where. So, like it needs to be the stickers need to be networked at some point, regardless.
Yeah, this looks really good. It is
Yeah, it's holding up well enough. I'd like to see more people join because it is WebGL, and I'd like to see Jeff and Dave in here. At least a 4-person group.
I could try. This is gonna be like made to work from a phone from itch.
Well, ideally anyone will just go to this this website, right?
Yeah, hold on. I'm saying let me try. If I try logging in from my phone right now, will it work?
It should, but it's gonna probably run like shit, or not run like shit, but it'll look like shit, cause and maybe it'll run like shit. It's probably a good test. I'll do it from my phone too. I never actually tested to see if WebGL games work on phone. I probably should have done that.
No, I'm not prompted for. I'm not automatically. I can't join because I'm not automatically. It doesn't bring up my keyboard when I hit the.
Oh, well, that's annoying. It does go straight to the thing though. Yeah, it just doesn't bring up your keyboard. Well, hold on. Just can you hold and paste?
Oh yeah, I could do that probably, right?
Can I? No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, it doesn't actually support touch controls.
Okay.
But I can host.
Oh yeah, true. So we could do 3.
I'm hosting from my phone right now, so we could try 3. All right, let's hop out of this F5. It's KKK. Oh, great.
Do you care if or what does it look? How's it look on your phone? Like
It looks actually pretty fucking good sideways. It's KKKLDF.
I would like to host just to see how it looks from my phone. I would love if there was a way for me to test. I could start doing all the phone input stuff if
Kind of wild that this is just working like so well. Yeah, you want to see it? Here, I'll let you do it. Let me back out of this. All right, you host.
Alright, I'm hosting. WNFCGH. Man, this is.
It looks pretty good actually, better than I thought. WNFCGH. Like, and you actually have more room than I like. Phones are pretty big. I wasn't really thinking about it, but yeah, look at me drag shit around.
This noise coming out of my phone is pretty fucking. So yeah, it doesn't seem to take like touching as like a automatic mouse input.
Yeah, that's because it's looking for a mouse, keyboard, or a controller. It's specifically looking for that. So that's just something I have to do, or that's something you can figure out. It's actually not that hard. It's the input system is what it is.
Yeah,
The
so
Unity input system.
is there a way that I could simulate? Actually, I guess I wouldn't really want to do that. I would just want to I guess I would have to build it each and every time and upload that to a website to test it. So I probably would want to. Is there a way to easily simulate it from my phone where I could just like, like push a
From your
build?
phone, I don't know. We should that's something you'll have to look up. I haven't ever done Unity mobile stuff, so we'll have to figure that out.
I would love if we could go to like a little developer party and get this on a television or something in front of people and have people looking at their phones like a Jackbox game. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
One thing I will say is when this is not an issue at all, but in the itch.io window, I'm not sure why, because there is space for it, but it is a much lower resolution to where the edges are getting cut off until I make it full screen.
Oh yes, I don't know why that is either, but I can figure that out. That's not that big of a deal.
Wait, why
We
is
need
this,
way more stickers though.
why is this empty?
It's empty for you?
Yeah.
Probably. I did read that there's a WebGL bug where TextMesh Pro text will sometimes not render properly.
So I'm getting it on my phone. It's hell yeah and bro what the fuck, but hell yeah and bro what the fuck are not on my computer screen. They are on my phone screen.
I read that that's a WebGL bug, but maybe it could also just be a bug in my
Oh weird.
code,
Okay, it's
but-
when you move them. When you move them. Oh wait, now I see it. Now that you moved it, bro what the fuck is on my computer but not on my phone anymore. So it swapped.
Okay, so that's definitely a WebGL bug. I'll figure that out. I read that there's a WebGL bug specifically with TextMesh Pro stuff. Worst case scenario, we'll just make our own TextMesh.
Yeah, we could not use TextMesh Pro.
Yeah.
I fucking hate TextMesh Pro, and I hate the Canvas shit. I hate it so much. I don't like working with it at all. Everything comes with a million children on it, and nothing is like set up the way you would think it was. I don't like it. But I would love to get
Well, that's working though.
Yeah,
I
this
mean,
is awesome. Good job. Great job. But seeing it on a phone really makes me
optimistic.
Optimistic
Yeah,
that we
I'm
could actually
way
get
more
this done on a
optimistic
phone.
as possibility because I didn't realize how big phones actually are. You have plenty of room, way more than I thought you would.
Yeah, it's just just like I was like, oh, it's probably gonna be a lot more work than you think it is to get it done on a phone, and like this is halfway there. It really just needs the inputs.
Yeah, and then the rest of it will be automatic. And the input system should be like the code that I have.
Is it still running
I
for
can't
you?
actually.
I
No, it's-
I accidentally closed the window on my phone.
I mean, I can still drag things around, but obviously I can't do any of the network stuff that breaks then. We should, I need to make code to elegantly drop that stuff out.
There is a lot of
Close.
extra space. So what? Are phones really 16? My phone must not be 16 by 9. On your phone, is there space on the left and right? Like a decent amount?
Let me check.
Like, is there like a fingernail's width of space between Mr. Ideas and the edge of your phone?
Hold on. Oh no, not between on my phone. It actually was pretty perfect.
Because mine there's
because-
like a fingernail's width of space between the trash can and the
Oh
edge.
yeah,
and-
there is some space on there. Yeah, there is. So, it's possible that your phone isn't actually 16 by 9. It's possible like different phones have different aspect ratios, like different screen sizes, so they're going to be slightly different, but they're roughly 16 by 9.
If 16 by 9 is the most common, then it's probably fine, right?
I mean, this is fine. Who cares if there's a little extra space? Like
Yeah.
the point, like that's a quality of life fix. That's not or not even a quality. That's like a design, like a polish fix. Like who cares?
Yeah.
Honestly, as is, this room looks great. Like you can click Mr. Ideas. You can once you can click them and drag your shit around, like and we could use this extra space actually to like put the tool selector on the side.
Yeah, that
Um,
would be great. And I think but if some phones are 16:9, we can't count on that space being there. Is what I'm saying, right? For some people.
No, we can't. Yes, the phones are going to be slightly different. Some people are going to have smaller phones in general. I have a Pro, so it's and what you have just a Pro or regular? Regular, I think you have, right?
I have
You have
no
the
idea.
Pixel 7. I think you
I have
just
a
have the
Pixel
Pixel 7.
something, but I'm not sure what number. But the maybe
I
there
think it's just a regular without the Pro, so your screen's probably like a normal size screen.
there probably is a relatively simple way to there's probably like I would think just like a line or two in Unity that we could say like, this is a quality of life thing, but not an immediate thing. But we could say like, oh, if it's get the screen aspect ratio, and if it's this, here's where you put the buttons. If it's that, here's where you put the buttons.
Yeah.
Um, this is awesome though. Good job. This makes me very hopeful that we'll actually get this done.
This is
uh,
this is a big deal. This just working. I mean, there wasn't even much to it. It was just a lot of reading, and then basically saying, "Hold on, this reading fucking sucks because this is gonna be a lot of work. Let me just try the thing that NGO says you can't do." And I tried it, and it worked. It just says you can't do it, but maybe it's because I'm using like I manually pulled the current version, so maybe it's because it's you know, maybe it's like just not documented yet, but they did update it to support it.
I wish. Let's see. Let me just try real quick to see if we can get Jeff and
I mean, we
Dave.
could do it theoretically with the yeah. My only worry with it is like WebGL. Is it going to hold up to? Because it already runs a little worse. Like it's not much, but you get a hiccup or two while you're moving, and it's not that big a deal, but you can tell. Um, So I'm just wondering, like, okay, with 4 people in the game, is it gonna run well? It would be nice to see. Jeff is playing Final Fantasy, but I don't know if he.
Let me try messaging him just on Steam. And also Jeff or Dave. We need one more person to test the to stress test.
Maybe just tell them too that like they don't need to download anything. It's just a website now.
You don't even need to download anything. You just need to go to a website.
Cool. Yeah.
Hop in Discord, you turkeys. And we'll try messaging. Yeah, I would love to. Yeah. From my point of view, I'd love to. I don't know if you saw my message. I was saying I do think we can merge and just take all your anything where there's a conflict. We can take your side because the thing I don't want to redo is the
Yeah,
uh
the prefab stuff. That would
prefabs
be
and the
forever. Yeah.
scenes. There's 10 scenes with different panel layouts that I don't want to redo.
Gotcha.
That's the main thing I don't want to redo. Everything
Yeah, that's
code-wise,
fine.
I can just pull from, I can just save out to its own uh separate thing and or just copy. Uh, okay.
Yeah, code-wise, that's the thing that would be a pain in the ass for me. So if you're down to just copy it over, then that's fine by me. If you're just always do take my changes, and we should probably merge this inside another branch just to be safe, just so that we don't accidentally fuck anything up.
And then I would love to get. I came up with a whole bunch of different game mode ideas. Jeff might be coming. He said, "Yeah, what's up?" I said, "Can you hop in Discord and help us stress test something quick?" Comic game. You
Let me
don't.
also check to see. We were in there for a little bit. Let's just see how much bandwidth we used. 3.9 megabytes, and I forget how many we get.
Alright, Jeff's coming. I don't know if Dave is also here. I heard the Dave thump.
Yeah, we'll get a full test.
You can literally test up to 5 people now because you can host from your phone.
Yeah. And it'll test hosting from a phone because the phone is doing all the server logic there.
How much bandwidth did it take, and how much do we just have for free?
That's what I'm trying to look up right now. I gotta remember. I wouldn't mind paying for it though for the week or whatever.
I mean, if
If
it's
the explore pricing here. We go. All right, relay. First 50 average monthly. So on average, the first 50 concurrent users is free, as well as 3 bytes per concurrent user, up to a max of, or so basically up to a max of 150 gigabytes per month.
how many
Which is
terabytes
right
in a Gibby
now-
byte? What's a Gibby byte?
It's the same thing. It's not. It's like smaller than a gigabyte, and it's how they
Oh.
measure. It's how like there's also MIBI and kibibytes, but it's how they measure bandwidth, I guess, for server hosting. It's like a common metric for that. For some reason, they don't want to just use the standard fucking metric, probably because it makes the numbers bigger when you make the unit smaller.
Alright, Jeff and Dave.
But so we use 3 bytes in that session. Well, or at least I did so far today. That's average maybe bytes. So I don't know how much this is. Yeah, so that was on average, and there are 1,000 bytes in a gigabyte, and we get 150 per month. So should be fine.
Yeah, I
We'll
mean,
see.
also,
We'll keep an eye on it.
if you go over
After
it, do
that,
they
it's-
just charge you? Because we can just.
9 cents per gigabyte.
Is there any
So-
risk to not buying something before, like if we're just, like
I'll put a comment on there before we go. I mean, the risk is just that it would turn off, it would shut off and not work. But if we did, if we had to pay for 150 gigabytes, right, then let me just get the old. Well, I mean, it's just $15 for 150.
whatever. I'll pay for
less
it.
than 15 bucks.
I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
pay for that.
All right, ready, everybody? Let me host from the old cellular
So
phone.
Dave and Jeff and Dave go to the into the Heartlamp channel and click on the link that Marcus put in there. And I'll take you to an itch.io page and you can run it in that page.
The password is 0 is great with capitals for all the first letters and no spaces.
Also, you guys are here, right? You both
Here.
come in and then walk away.
No, I'm here. For me?
I hear you.
All right, what's the code, Marcus?
Oh, I'll put it in Discord just so I don't have to say it a bunch. N7MJBG. Let me edit that so that's clear that that's the room code.
Oh, you can't. You just can't paste even in a computer. You have to type it.
Yeah, I'll fix that. That's just the default input field probably isn't ideal for what we're trying to do.
Blue.
It's the minimum amount of work. Alright, and I'll join from my computer.
Oh, here's a good question. When you get in from your computer, are there any stickers in there? I have one
Yeah, it
out.
should be. Yep, there's.
Okay.
Yeah. That's not that I made sure of. That was that's for free basically from NGO, but I've made sure to check that. All right, we have me and Kristen.
See somebody, or this is your computer, right?
That's my computer's hand. Oh, there's Jeff. That looks like a Jeff hand.
A white gloved hand on the wheel.
So far, so good. Everything's holding up. With 4 people in the game.
Oh wait, there's something to be done with the hat and the cheese.
Yeah,
The hat, the cheese, and the mouse for sure.
There's a joke here.
Like the mouse is walking past. Here it is. Ready? The mouse is walking past the cheese with the hat and the mustache on, and then you know.
Oh, we need a text block here.
Here we need to flip the direction of the this. I think he's going that way. They're passing each other. I think that he just walks past the cheese and then he just and then he turns back and he says, "What the fuck?" Or he says, "Wait a minute." Jeff, Jeff doesn't know the controls even because I don't think Jeff's played yet. So one will bring up a rotate tool, 2 will bring up a resize tool, 3 is copy if you want to copy the cheese and put it in another thing, and 4 is mirror, so you'll flip it horizontally. But yeah, that's 4.
Yeah, if Dave will hang out a little bit, make sure Dave shows up. Also, this will be a good test for the, again, just for the network usage with all of us in here.
Is it basically just players over time, or is it like if we were standing still with our hands, would we not be using any Gibby bytes?
You don't use anything unless you move, or unless actions are happening.
Interesting. Alright, I will stop wiggling my hand around so much then.
I mean, it doesn't matter. We wanna see what the.
Can't move this coffee cup or whatever it is.
Oh, try
I
now.
drew that, didn't I? Beer can.
It is a beer can. I always read it as a beer can.
That is a bug. Probably a bug with my input. Yeah, I can't move this lampshade either. There's a bug where the state of something will not be let go of, basically.
Oh, yeah, I also cannot
And I
grab
don't
the
know
beer
what
can, and that's it. The only beer can seems to be the
There's a couple things that I'm not able to grab right now.
While we're
Sleep.
waiting, does anyone else other than me have any ideas for game modes? We just want to get one in.
Can anyone grab any of these things and delete them?
The eyes. Nope, now I can grab the
Yeah, you guys are probably. So that means you guys are the owners of those. There we go. Yeah, that bug I'll have to figure out. I definitely need to do some debugging once we're all said and done. But it's more important, like, if people run into bugs, who cares? They'll understand. It's not that big of a commitment, you know? Man, I love the lerp on the rotation. It looks so good on the mirror.
Yeah. I've had like I've used that on purpose after stumbling on that exact thing in Game Maker. Just the flipping back and
Like
forth.
the way just the way network lerps it looks so good.
That's how the ghosts look when they change direction in the Shadows game. But I think he's turning back and he's like, wait a minute. Yeah, with those, make these a little smaller though. Little baby mouse. And then this would be saying,
supposed
well,
to download this thing? What is this?
No download. That's the.
Yeah, well,
Here we go.
it's asking me for a
Perfect.
password.
Yes, 0 is great with capital Z, I, and G, and no spaces. So capital first letter of every word.
There, perfect. Done.
I think it is a perfect comic.
Does it say that's my father for you guys in the last panel?
Yeah, I put that. Yeah. Put that one.
I should add wait a minute. That's a good one. That's a good punchline line.
Holding up.
Let me
It's
make.
holding up, and I'm very happy that it's holding up.
Yeah, good job. Yeah, I'd love to hear if anyone has ideas for modes. We're just trying to get one mode in before GDC.
No,
Or maybe two.
type
We
this
could just
shit
call
in
the free
and-
for this free for all mode like its own, like free play or something like that. But like yeah, something a little more structured.
Are you in here yet, Dave?
Yeah.
There are 5
Alright,
hands.
let's
1, 2, 3,
everyone
4,
start
5.
moving around.
Get these hats on the cheese.
Alright, everyone spam Mr. Ideas in 3, 2, 1. That's probably the most amount of data, and also like it's not a lot of actual data, but but like it's the like you have to spawn for everybody, but like obviously the textures themselves are uh local.
Well, once I think that like just to keep it from being so messy, I think I think Mr. Ideas should always keep track of the number of stickers and the number that are
Got
stuck
a
and the
little
number
slowdown there for a
that are
second.
in your hand, and that way we can control how many can ever be in your hand at a time before you stick them or trash them at least,
Yeah.
because it does get messy down at the bottom.
And there are a couple that I can't grab, and that's just the bug. That's my bug. That's
So,
not
somebody does
WebGL.
have control over this one that I can't grab. This little
Someone,
smile.
yeah, whoever that is, yeah, it just
Me.
stays with them. They never release control over it, and it like stays until oh
You
look,
took them.
now you released it. Yeah. Well, once you must have picked it up and let go. It's reset it. Yeah. There's definitely it's definitely and this is all being hosted from a phone too. It's which my phone is getting warm. But it's working, and
Yeah, it
like
looks great.
there's definitely some slowdown occasionally, but it's not bad. It's like definitely there's also there's a comic here, right, of like this mouse thinking everything's his father. Oh, I think I might have broken it because my phone went to sleep.
Yeah, people are still moving for me.
There we go.
My phone didn't go to sleep. It just I just accidentally clicked out of the window and it asked me to restore it.
I can't grab any of this shit on the side. Dave or Chris, can you grab this shit on the side?
Left side or right side?
Right side.
The stuff that like
I can grab the window and this.
Who has control of this big hunk?
Not me.
oh
It might just be, I don't know, maybe the server has control over it and it just never went away. Yeah, whatever.
Also, Dave or
More
Jeff.
stickers. We definitely need more stickers. That's gonna be huge.
I
Having
think
more-
I think the
Yeah.
critical thing for the stickers right now is well, actually, I would love it if we could get some different the poses thing in
Mouse.
for the characters. I think that
That's
would go. I think,
No.
That was a good mouth for.
but
Chris and I had a good gross mouth thing going on before.
mouse drooling into
Yeah,
another
definitely is
mouth.
slowing down right now. I'm getting some slowdown.
I am also getting some slowdown, but it's
Everyone probably. Okay,
yeah,
let's see if it
little
clears up.
Seems to be clearing up for me.
Or if,
I think it's fine. Yeah, yeah. Now it's better. Better now.
yeah, that could just be an internet thing. My internet here isn't the best. It's just Wi-Fi. Oh, yeah, tugging up again.
Actually, you are getting roboty, Marcus. I'm under. It might be your internet.
Oh, am I? Okay, so it's my internet. That's good to know.
Um. So, do you think it's worth it to try and get the in terms of like content for Dave and Jeff to work on? Do you think it's worth it? Do you guys think it's worth it to like, um, uh, if we could get it in, I would love to get the characters in different poses.
I can work on that.
Mechanic in. I think that's more important than
Good
having
thought
more
process.
more stuff, honestly. Like it's,
I think, yeah, definitely different poses is good, but I also still think, oh boy, oh, I fucked it all up.
more stuff
think,
would
yeah,
be
different
would be
poses.
rad, but like remember we've seen all this dozens of times by now, where somebody somebody seeing it
Yeah,
at
no.
GDC won't be as won't think they're like
As used to it, yeah. Still, though, I think it would
you
be
have
awesome.
more characters like the mouse and the king that are just like
Archetypes.
they're just like rectangles without hands, and you make
Yeah.
more hands and stuff.
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's true. You can literally
Also,
with the mouse you can literally just change the position of his hands and
I need to
Yeah.
make it so that if you are doing any tool but the grab tool, it keeps the layer that it's currently on. Because otherwise it will, like, if you try to scale this mouse now, it'll bring him to the front and ruin all the shit.
yeah, the I would love if somebody, if Dave's gonna work on the characters, maybe if I don't know how much time you'll have in the next 2 weekends, Jeff, but you could draw me an animated fire in the same style as everything else. I'm gonna make it as a particle effect, just because everything else that I've done as an effect is a particle effect, but it'll just make a animated fire particle that just sits at the bottom left and right of the screen, so people can do the this is fine if they want.
Yeah. That.
But yeah, maybe what I'll start doing. I think I would focus this next weekend for me, Marcus. I think I would rather focus on like after we do game mode and merging our stuff. I would rather than doing the like a UI change. I think I would rather focus on phone input. I think that's something I could do that's relatively straightforward and doesn't step on your.
Yeah, that wouldn't
Networking
interfere with
toes.
my stuff much. There is, like, you do have to, you have two examples. Ooh, that's a good pose. There are two examples though of that you have to follow. So just follow the examples I have, but they are actually handled differently because the inputs on a controller are slightly different than the inputs on a mouse. So I had to handle them in separate classes, but they both have the same base class. So they you'll see what the changes you need, and it's good because you'll have two separate examples that you can model off of, so you'll have an idea of how to change yours. But basically, like, I don't know, like, for example, the mouse input, when it moves, you get the position in screen space, like the actual position of the mouse. On a controller, you get the delta, like how far you're trying to move. So that's why I had to treat them differently. So
What is a phone? Is a phone more like the mouse? I'm guessing.
I've never done it, but I would guess it's more like the mouse, right? Because you know where on the screen you're pressing with the finger. But the difference there is going to be it's a drag action, right? It's not a move mouse. It's a drag. So you'll have to just figure that out. But that is totally something you could do. The only thing what we need to do, well, you could do this. Just when you build to WebGL, and which I have set up already on my project. But when you build, just oh, my phone's getting hot again. When you build, just deploy it on the Heartlamp itch.io, and we can mess around with it there.
Right on. And then what? Yeah, so I'll,
Definitely will lag up occasionally on the phone. So there definitely are some either some Wi-Fi things that we should mess with, like optimizations, but we can just chalk that up
I
to
could try hosting from my phone if you want to see if it's
development.
just internet. Because I have great
Could be.
internet.
My internet is like for how well actually we pay surprisingly little for it. It's only $40 a month for a gig internet, but it also seems to be pretty fucking unreliable.
But yeah, we should set another day this week to go to try out some game modes, and if anyone has any game mode ideas, come up with them before that thing, and we can try doing a doing a doing all those modes if we can, so we know what will be work, and then we'll pick one and we'll know what we're working
I
on.
think Dave said this when we first made it. I think like the best way to do it is to like gamble your points and or like spend them to
And then to get more
buy
stickers.
stickers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that you would you see the stickers beforehand, or you're just putting money in a slot machine?
So there would be a flop that anyone can pull from, but anytime if you want,
Oh,
to
that
spend money
okay.
on more stickers, then you get random stickers.
So
It's just
I had an idea based off of that one too. One of my I have 6 ideas. One of them is called the flop, based off Dave's idea. The flop, where there's a communal flop at the beginning, where everyone shares a certain amount of stickers. You get however many stickers, maybe 3 to 5 stickers at the start, and anyone could grab anything and move them into place, and you just fill in 1 or 2 panels, and the third one is locked for now. Once everyone agrees on the setup in the first 2 panels, the third panel is unlocked, and then you go into a like you're just on your own screen mode where you're just making the punchline to the third panel, and it doesn't actually have to be the third panel. It could be the second or the first. Any of the 3 panels could be locked, and then so
I do like the idea that like even just a simpler version of that is like we give them 2, 3 setups or whatever, or 2 starting panels that we hand make, and then they can get can take those stickers and make a third panel and get extra
Yeah.
stickers and shit.
Well,
that would
that's Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah, but it's more streamlined for someone that
I'm
maybe
not saying that's
yeah.
bad. I
Yeah.
like that game a lot.
I just the making it yourself part. I think it's neat that I do like that idea because it has like I would be fine with us making the setups too, but A, that's more work, and B, I also think that having them make the 2 panels and agree on it gives it a little bit of the co-op
Yeah, I like it
experience.
too. I'm just saying that would be like a even easier entry point for people that may not feel comfortable.
Yes, it would.
Like
Yes,
you said, being
that is
funny,
true. That is very true. That is a big point in that model's favor. But basically, yeah. Then everyone makes their you either communally get the setup or we give them the setup, and then in the last panel, that's where they're doing it on their own, and then they're shared, and you just like a Jackbox game, you vote on anyone but yours to be the best punchline iteration, basically.
Cool. Well, stress tested.
Right on.
Definitely warms the phone. That's
Like you
just a
said,
fact.
if while everyone's here, if you want me to try hosting from my phone with my reliable, good internet, just to see if anything slows down, I'm willing to host.
Well, the fact that it's not a permanent slowdown tells me that it is the internet. Like if it was a memory leak, it would be
Getting slower and slower.
it would be leaking. Yeah, it would still be leaking. So it is still fine.
Right on. No, let's shoot for Wednesday to try and if anyone has any like fully fleshed out mode ideas, we can try testing them out as we're able to. Maybe some ideas we won't be able to test out without building out further stuff, but let's shoot for that. And then tomorrow, Marcus, if you have time, let's try and merge our versions.
To for on the phone to switch something up, it should just be a double tap instead of a shake.
Actually, I pasted a thing in the I don't know what
Does
you would
shake
use
work?
this for, but like you could right now it's not really a shake because you're not holding it, but it's more of a you rub your mouse over the top of the words and they disappear. But it's detecting a shake. It's just saying if you're shaking over top of these letters,
It's
get
not
rid of
networked or
them.
anything yet, but yeah, it does.
It's not in right now, but it's
Yeah.
in my build. Um, but yeah, it just worked that way naturally, and since Marcus has to do the other part anyway, since the words have to be network, I just decided to just leave that to him. But yeah, that's that and the different like panel effects like speed lines and stuff are in mine, and a bunch of different panel setups. But I think for GDC, we'll just focus on the one mode and the 3-panel setup. Maybe a 4. I was thinking we might be able to get away with doing a 4-panel and a 6-panel setup because I think that would look good on a phone screen. But I'd have to see once we merge our versions. I can see.
Yeah. Cool.
All right.
Well,
I gotta go to bed.
Yeah, me too.
yeah. Yeah, I gotta go, but too. But it's all working. We just need now some stickers. We need, like, at very least, if we can even get just you know, 10 people at a time to play this thing, and we'll get at least some sense of cost, how much it's gonna cost to run this thing, because that's the only other thing I'm worried about is cost to manage.
Whatever. Even if it's like $200 or $300, I'll pay for it. I don't mind.
Yeah, well, I just mean long term, right? Like if
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
if it's $300 and we're only have 10 people playing it, then that's not so great. Yeah, but then we might need to look into like running our own hosting our own dedicated server locally kind of thing, or doing something like that where we don't do a relay server through Unity. We'll figure it out though.
Right on, right on.
All right, I'm closing it. Closing the game.
Yeah.
All right, so there we used. Let's refresh the page, see how many MB we used in that session. That'd be like as much as I'd expect someone to give our game a try at GDC.
Yeah.
All right. So in that, just sitting down, that was about 30 MB. So we can use, let's see, that's weird. I'm still seeing, even though, oh, because the game, I didn't actually close the window. I was like, I'm still seeing it networked. Oh, also, when people leave the thing, they take their stickers that they own with them. So I gotta change that.
Oh,
They should never be owning it unless they're holding it, right? So I guess if you left while
Yeah,
holding it,
well, I think we could. Yeah, I think when they spawn it in, there's some like weird backend thing though that says you spawned this, so this is like belongs to you. I just need to make that like that ownership server side. All right, so let's get out our old calculator. So if we have 150 MB for free, which is 150,000 or gigabytes for free, which is 150,000 MB, right? And then we just played for like 10
also, that sounds
minutes
totally made up.
it
with
does.
5 people, and we used about 30. So that's about 5,000 10-minute sessions
Sounds made up by someone who watched iCarly.
of 5 people each. 5,000 10-minute sessions with 5 people each. That's not bad.
Yeah, sounds like we should be totally fine. Also, just throwing this out there while I'm thinking it, if we do like you pay for the stickers you buy on the flop mode, what it should really be is like bidding on the stickers, right? If we do the if we do the like like if we do the setup thing and we say that like, you know, these are the most popular stickers, so you know, they're going to be the most people have an idea with punchlines for these stickers. Maybe like they're the more expensive stickers, so like you
Yeah,
take a
yeah.
less
Pay for,
popular
like,
sticker.
you pay more for a character than you do for like a facial expression or something.
Or yeah, that's
Yeah.
true too. The character's always going to be more valuable, but I would still think you should be able to copy from the previous
Yeah,
lot,
you can
locked
copy from the
panels.
scene. Yeah. I think anything in the previous scenes you get the option to copy exactly, but you can't like change them up in that mode. You can't like shake or double tap to swap them.
All right, though. I do
Alright.
have to go to bed. It's late.
Yeah, me too.
All right, catch you guys later.
Later.